That's my cat. You're a menace to high society. She's opening doors like she owns the joint. Can you stop? Can I film now? Thank you. Cats, I tell ya. Anyway. Hi guys, welcome to my bookworm sanctuary. I'm Bianca and I wanted to do a book haul. My first one of 2023. So I have 8 books to show you, which I'm kind of half proud about. I haven't gone too nuts and only 4 of them, well, I guess half. Half I have read and half I have not, so go me. But basically, in April, I'm going to go to the Rare event and have a few authors sign some books for me. And I have pre-ordered quite a few books. But yeah, I've already bought and paid for a few books in the Rare event, which I'm slightly worried about because I'm flying from Brisbane to Melbourne. So I'm going to be restricted with my luggage. So I really do think I'm going to have to post some books back to me. Look, I think some people are coming internationally to the Rare event, so they've got luggage problems too. So it slightly makes me feel better about my life. And I've seen a few people comment on the amount of books that they've already purchased. So yeah, I've purchased a few, but I haven't purchased a lot compared to some. But yeah, we're not going to include those books yet in my haul. I guess closer to the Rare event, I guess I'll do a vlog video. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll do a Rare video for you and go through the books I basically bought. But I'm slightly nervous, but I'm now starting to get really excited. April's going to be a slightly busy month for me. We're going camping the last week of March, and then my brother's getting married the day before Easter down in Melbourne. So then I'm going down to Melbourne, and then we'll be back, and then I'm back for like a week and a half maybe, and then I'm flying back down to Melbourne. And my brother is graduating uni. Congratulations, brother. Little smarty. But he's basically graduating, so I'm going to go down a few days earlier than the book event to attend his graduation and hang out with him. And then I've got the Rare event on the weekend. So yeah, it's all coming up. But let's just get into this. So with the books that I have not read, basically, I went to Big W. Well, I was in the shopping centre in Westies, and I basically saw these all on special and couldn't help myself. So I got X's and O's. But basically, where are my eyes? I'll read you the blur on the back. So Tara Chen has had her heart broken 10 times by 10 different men. Nevertheless, she is still determined to find her perfect match. The only problem? Tara is a romance novel obsessive and her standards are sky high. Modern dating apps have killed the meet cute, so Tara decides to revisit her exes in the hope of finding her very own trope-worthy second chance romance. And every heroine needs a sidekick, so she enlists her new flatmate, firefighter Trevor. Trevor Metcalf is the first to rush into a burning building, but the last to rush into a relationship. Love just isn't his thing, but the more time they spend together, the more Trevor appreciates Tara's authentic, dramatic self. Can they break the habits of a lifetime and give their spark a chance? I thought this looked intriguing. Who knows? I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I keep buying contemporary books and traditionally published contemporary books. They're probably not my thing. So I think I keep setting myself up for failure. But it did look cute, so I do want to read this. And then I got the RomCom Agenda So this one looked intriguing as well. Honestly, I've never read Beach Read, so this will be interesting. But this says Beach Read meets When Harry Met Sally in this love letter to classic rom-com movies and to anyone who has ever pined for the wrong person. So you know how the story's supposed to go, but love makes its own plan. Eli thinks he and his girlfriend, Victoria, are meant to be together until she breaks up with him, leaving him heartbroken and confused. Determined to win her back, he goes along with the advice of his friends. Become the perfect man, sophisticated yet vulnerable. How? Study the best romantic heroes from everyone's favourite romantic comedy. Leah is used to being alone, especially after taking care of her sick foster mother for the past year. And with no family or friends to keep her in town, she makes the decision to move. But when she is inadvertently drawn into Eli's makeover scheme, her plans are put on hold as she becomes Eli's guide through the wild world of meet-cutes and grand gestures. Even though she believes Eli is perfect the way he is, even though she just might be falling in love with him. This looked cute. Look, we'll see. It kind of sounded a little bit like, I don't know. But yeah, this just sounded cute, so plus it looked cute, so that's why I got it. And then I got this because, again, pretty cover. Oh, it's a bit shiny. But we can't keep meeting like this. This one looked intriguing too. Quinn. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce words. But if you can read her last name and his last name, good on you. But Quinn and Tarek. Families have been in business together for years. Quinn's parents are wedding planners and Tarek's owns a catering company. At the end of last summer, Quinn confessed her crush on him in the form of a rambling email, and then he left for college without a response. Quinn has been dreading seeing him again almost as much as she dreads another summer playing the harp for her parents' weddings. When he shows up at the first wedding of the summer, looking cuter than ever after a year apart, they clash immediately. Tarek's always been a fan of grand gestures, the flashier the better, while Quinn can't see them as anything but fake. As her parents push her to take on more responsibilities, she's thrown together with Tarek more often than she'd like, from performing a daring cake rescue to filling in for a missing bridesmaid and groomsman. Quinn can't deny her feelings for him are still there, especially after she learns the truth about his silence, opens up about her own fears, and begins learning the art of heart making from an enigmatic teacher. Maybe love isn't the enemy after all, and maybe allowing herself to fall is the most honest thing Quinn's ever done. Intriguing. All three of them could go either way for me. We'll see. But look, it looked really cute. I loved the cover. It looks intriguing. Then I bought a chunky monster. This thing is huge. It's like half the size of my face. Gracie Met the Grump. This is my second Mariana Zapata book, and I still haven't read one of her books yet. I don't know. These things are freaking chunky. They're over 500 pages long. I've heard she's the queen of slow burn. It even says right there, the queen of slow burn. But I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid of her because they are just such chunky monkeys. I don't know, but I have no idea if this is going to be up my alley or not. Of all the things that could have landed in her yard, it had to be him. For most people, finding a half-naked super being in their yard might be a dream come true. Unfortunately for Gracie Castro, it's the exact opposite, especially when he's grouchy, rude, and shows no sign of leaving anytime soon. But when a hero of mankind needs you, you do what you have to do, even if it compromises everything you know and changes your life. Does this have a cliffhanger? I don't like cliffhangers. I hate them. So if it has a cliffhanger, I'm not interested, unless there's a second book out now. Yeah, look, I don't know why I bought this. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. It's fucking, I just can't get over how big she is, but it's pretty. We'll see if I like it. And then I bought 4 more books, and these 4 are books I've read. So go me for actually buying books I've read. And Bad Guy by Ruby Dixon. So I got another Ruby Dixon book. Couldn't help myself. I read this in January and I loved it. So yeah, had to get it basically. So Crulden is a slave and is forced to basically go through this like gladiator style competition thing. And what was her name? Mina basically is a slave as well, and she's being forced to clean his room. And Crulden keeps making bigger and bigger messes to get her to come back. And then he's basically, to get his cooperation, he kind of forces his owners to get Mina to be forced to stay with him. So it's very slow burn. Watch the trigger warnings for slavery, obviously. But it's like a forced proximity, very slow burn romance, basically. They start off this friendship eventually, and it's them trying to figure out how they can get out of this situation. And I loved it. I just loved it. So I bought the physical book. And then another physical book I had to buy because I read it in January and I absolutely loved it. And try and spy the Basilisks. I own Deceived by the Gargoyles, so yeah, I had to get this one. This is a menage. Jasper and Ari. So Jasper and Ari have had this relationship for I think like 7 years, but Jasper's a bit hesitant because he's kind of shunned by the Serpent King because some ancestor of his tried to start a war or something. And Ari, for his part, really wants Jasper, and then he gives Jasper this book. And then Jasper works in the library and it needs restoring, so he gives it to what's her face? Shit, what was her name? Amelia. Gives it to Amelia to restore, and Amelia is cursed with a Medusa-like appearance. So she's got snakes for hair, and she's got a couple of gifts, and she believes she's cursed. And basically, it's her trying to figure out this curse, how to get rid of it, her feelings for Ari and Jasper, and yeah, just I love the whole book, so I had to get it. And then I had to get this because I loved it so much. Then I got this one, The Tyrant Alphas, Rejected Mate. 3 books in this series so far, and this one's about Una and Killian, and basically Una finds out she sort of starts going into heat and realizes Killian's her fated mate, but he publicly rejects her. And then it's him being really confused on why she did this to him. And if she was his mate, he'd know. And his slow realization of who she is to him and what that means moving forward as the alpha of their pack. And has a leg that doesn't operate quite right, and because of that she's thought as weak, and so we got it. And then the last physical book I had to get, this really surprised me. It's a new author, and look, honestly, it just surprised me how much I loved this. Tempting Visions. The cover is very shiny but very pretty. I love the mismatched eyes. Look, this is really cool. Not for everyone though. I don't think it's a little heavy. Keep in mind this is graphic infant loss on page. So just be aware of that and be kind to yourself. I don't think it really warns you straight up. However, when you do get to the chapter that I guess triggers are at, she does warn you. She does give you a little author note just before the chapter starts. It says, be kind to yourself. There's infant loss ahead. Just be aware. So this is a little heavy. I loved it. It made me cry, but yeah, I did love this book. So Kiva's basically being forced to breed basically by this pack, and then this pack is slowly destroying themselves, fighting over her, and she manages to get away, and she jumps in a river and pretty much nearly drowns, and Liam's pack rescues her, finds her, and they're very curious on why the pack has destroyed themselves over her, like why is she so important. And Liam realizing a little bit, and Liam starting to realize what she means to him and being a little bit afraid of that. And I just think this is just so intriguing. I loved it. And I'm really annoyed that I can't find the second book in paperback. But maybe because it was only published in December of 2021, Tempting Fate is the second book. I'm hoping it'll come out in paperback soon. But I really want it. But I got Tempting Visions, so yeah, that was basically all the books that I have hauled so far this year. Like I said, I'm not going to include all the books that I have bought and paid for the Rare event. I'll do a video about all the books I bought then. Really quickly, I just got a package. So, we'll add this to my book haul. And I think I know what book this is. Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. So yeah, I just showed you the one that I got. I've already put it up there. But yeah, I also got the Heir Apparent's Rejected Mate. I really struggle. But this one's about Rosie and Caddick. I really just love Rosie. She's pretty cool. And basically, Caddick's pack's got issues. His family runs the pack because he became alpha when he was like an infant. So he's like the heir apparent, but not really the alpha of the pack. It's this weird thing. Anyway, he ends up rejecting Rosie. The back of this makes it sound like the pregnancy happens pretty quickly. I would say it probably doesn't happen until halfway through the book. So keep that in mind. It is a slow burn. Yeah, Rejected Mate story. I love it. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly add this into my book haul because it just arrived. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.